Hi and welcome back. In this video we're going to look in more detail at the panels. Now let's start by looking at which panels are actually on the interface. Now if we go to the window menu, this tells us all the panels. So below this second line here, all these are panels that are available to us. And if we look at just one, let's say the colour panel, that has a tick. Now that means if we look over on the right hand side, we will see the colour panel. And then if we go down, we'll see that we've got the Learn library. And if you look as well, these are like the words are light, so Learn is actually active. If you look at swatches and gradients and patterns, they're inactive at the moment. You can't see them. They're hidden behind the colour panel. And so they won't have a tick. But if I went across and say clicked on the swatches panel and then came back to my window menu, you'll see that the swatches now has a tick in it. So it's only the active panels that are actually deemed as being available. So here we've got the paths panel, and again you'll see the paths panel there is actually lit up. Now let's have a look at the dock. Now on both sides of the interface we can dock panels, and this means that the panel is like magnetized to the left or the right hand side, and it goes from top to bottom. Now within this panel we've got sub panels, so you can see here that we've got the Learn panel here, but just a little bit further down here we've got the Libraries panel, and if I just hover over that join between them, then we can make this panel bigger or smaller. So we can divide that up, and then we've got space to put the other panels in. Now on this side of the dock there's another dock, and here we've got some more panels, and they're all again docked. We can make this one bigger or smaller, and these are actually docked into the second panel. And these little doohickey things here at the top, these are whether the panel is open or closed. So if it's facing to the right, that means the panels are open or the dock is open. If I click on that little triangle, then the dock gets closed. And these go down to, you can actually see the name of the actual panel as well as the icon. On this third panel over, you can see that we've got the history panel, but that doesn't have a name on it. But if I click on it, it will show me the history panel. And then again I can close that down. And if I wanted, I could drag that out, and then you'll see that it actually gives me the name of the panel as well. So I've got the history panel, I've got all these panels. If I wanted to, I could drag them all back and make them all into icons just to save a little bit of space. Now all these panels are docked, but we can actually have what's called a free floating panel. So if we go for one of these panels, we'll say let's have a look at the Learn panel. If I click on the word in the tab, I can drag that panel out, and it is now free floating. So I can make it a little bit bigger, but I can move it around separately to everything else. Now I can actually dock panels at the top or the bottom. So let's find another panel. We'll say the swatches panel, and again I'll drag that and drag it out and make it free floating, and then just minimize that again. Now if I grab hold of the swatches panel again by the name and offer it up to the underside of the Learn panel, I'll get this blue line appear, and as soon as that happens, if I let go, then it like magnetizes to the bottom. So now I can move these two as one. And if I said, well no, I don't need to see the swatches all the time, then I could drag it, and if I take it near where Learn is, you'll see that a blue line comes all the way around the panel, and this means I'm going to dock it. So now I've got the Learn panel and swatches, but I can only see one of them at any one time if I click on it. And now if I want, I can take another panel, say I'll take my layers panel and I'll drag that out, and then I'll offer that up to the underside and let go, just drag it out a little bit, and so I've now got 3 docked panels, and I can move them all just with one click and drag of the mouse. Now over on the left hand side, the toolbar or toolbox, that is also a panel, and you can see it's got a little double-headed arrow at the top. So if I click on that, what it'll do is it'll open it out into a 2-column. This is the old style of Photoshop, several iterations ago. It gives you that option. I particularly have got so used to the single panel now that I always, that's the way I work. But if I grab onto this dark area at the top of the panel, I can drag the toolbox out and make that free floating. So I can now move that around. It's not something I really want to do, but that just shows you that you can. So what I can do is I can click and drag that back, but if I now push it, and it's as though you're trying to push the panel off the left hand side. So if I just move it over, that blue line will appear, let go, and it redocks it for me. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Right, now 2 important things are the toolbar, which is what this is, and the tool options bar. Now you may suddenly find that they go missing, and if they do, if you go to the window menu, you'll find that they're down at the bottom here. So if I turn off the tools by unticking it, the toolbox disappears. I can go back to my window and bring it back. If the tool options bar accidentally disappears, or you want it to disappear, then go and untick options and it's gone. And then I'll tick options again to bring it back. Right, okay, now we've created a right old mess of panels that are as much good really as a chocolate fireguard. So let's now get more organised, and we're going to do that in the very next video by creating a customised workspace. I'll see you there. Bye for now.